So, the workhorse of the fleet failed its MOT this week. The Peugeot Partner 1.6 HDI van failed its MOT. Now, it failed on two things and it's got a couple of advisories, and I'm going to attempt to fix it with the aid of a 13-year-old girl. Ah! Right, let's take a look at some of the things that the van failed on. One of the things it actually failed on was this position bulb in there. It's got a little cover here. Take that off, and then you just simply pull out the holder, and there it is. What is that, like a G4 or something? So the next thing that wasn't a failure, but it was an advisory, was this little bulb in here. Now to get that out, you push here, and the whole thing comes out, and then you can twist the bulb and take it out. Same one as at the front. It didn't fail on this, it was only an advisory because this worked. And so as long as you've got one working, that's okay, but I changed it anyway. So, on to the main event. Shall I take all four out or not?
I don't know what you're doing.
To jack the van up, I'm going to be using my trusty puck. It's just rubber, it stops the deforming the sill under there. Got the front wheels chocked, and obviously because I'm doing the rear brake pads, which is all we seem to do on this channel at the minute. Every other video is a brake pad video for some reason. It's in gear, front wheels are chocked because I'm going to have to release the handbrake. Stick that under there somewhere. We will start by undoing these caliper bolts. I actually came home yesterday after it failed its MOT. Right, excuse me a minute. And had a quick look. Because I was kind of intrigued as to what it might be. There were a few things I thought it could be. It could be these pins maybe were seized, but no problem. It could be that the piston inside this was sticking or starting to seize, and then the other option was the brake pads, and I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. And so I've never seen that happen to a brake pad before. They just fall into bits. No wonder it wasn't stopping, or that it was the brakes were imbalanced across the rear axle. It's just drop into bits. And in here, you can see the bits of debris that have just stuck to areas that are slightly moist. That's what I'm betting it is. So we'll change the pads here, and then obviously you get a set for both of the rear brakes. So I'll do that as well. But if there's nothing interesting over the other side, I won't show you that bit. We shall wind this back in. If you've not seen one of these before, I'll link it in the description below. But here we go. Just winding it in. And when I'm winding this in, there's nothing sticking or binding, so I don't think it's the piston in the caliper that was the issue. These are the new ones, and I think I have to transfer my shim things, anti-rattle plates or whatever they are. Okay. Now, are they all the same? They're not sided, are they? No. Now the slightly galling thing about this is, about 6 months ago, the brakes failed, and it turned out it was a caliper or something leaking. I didn't have time to go and fix that, so I had to entrust it to the garage to fix it, which they did. This is the bit that they fixed, and it's just slightly annoying because it cost me an absolute fortune, and you just think how much money you could have saved by doing it yourself. But it is what it is. So they just literally push into there.
It's clicking.
Your knees are clicking. Yeah, You should get to my age, mate. So it looks like that shim went in there by the look of it. So hopefully if we wound this back in enough, I should be able to just... I'll do all that back up. And then I'll do the other side. Anything interesting I'll show you, but we've got my retest tomorrow, so give it a couple of pumps. Press hard on it. Yeah, nice. Okay, thanks. If we have a look at these brake pads, compare and contrast, this is the side that just fell to bits, and this was the driver's side that's fine. Yeah, I wonder what's done that. Whether it was heat, would that do it? Or they were just a faulty set for some reason. But there we go. Ah! So a couple of days ago, the old Peugeot failed its MOT, and as you saw, we took it home, and I was 99% sure that I'd found what the issue was. Just been for its retest, and it's passed. Woohoo! So all the light bulbs are fixed, so there's no advisories for the light bulbs that had failed. Brakes absolutely fine. So the only advisory I've got is the wear on the tyres, which is fantastic. But I fully intend to get my money's worth out of those tyres. So that's it from Dadskillz Cars today, but how much did we actually save ourselves, do you think, by doing that job ourselves? So I spent about 27 quid on rear brake pads, and I had the bulbs in stock. So let's say we spent 30 quid. What would it have cost to have them look at it? Maybe 100 quid? 130 quid it would have cost, maybe? So another good saving by being able to look after and maintain our vehicles ourselves. So that's cool. So that's it from Dadskillz Cars today. I will see you again when hopefully we won't be doing something with brakes.